Although this guided practice of reparenting through mindfulness and compassion is worded in a way most relevant for queer practitioners, in general it can be used by anyone. To begin this meditation practice of reparenting, we allow our awareness to descend into the body and connect with our immediate tactile experience. Resting in a stationary position, we sense the stability of the ground beneath us and the movement of our breath. And with that, we start the process of relaxation by gently letting go of the tension with each exhalation. With this foundation of physical stability, we generate a positive motivation for this practice by coming back to our highest aspirations, spiritual or psychological. Ideally, we strongly aspire to liberate and transform our mind in order to bring the greatest possible benefit to ourselves and others, to bring forth happiness and freedom from suffering. With this as our motivation for practice, we come back to our body. In this meditation, we will go through the 3 steps of reparenting, providing ourselves with affectionate support on the level of our body, our speech, and our mind. To begin the physical step, we focus on the experience of our skin coming in contact with our clothing or the air. Whether wrapped in a blanket, clothed, or even partially or fully naked, we sense certain tactile contact there. With these tactile experiences, we use our imagination and transform this contact into a feeling of giant cosmic embrace. Imagining it as a giant cosmic hug given to us by all that we see as the embodiment of love and compassion. Like a small child embraced by loving guidance, we feel ourselves being embraced by the cosmic compassion. And so, focusing on this experience, real or imagined, we are absorbing this love and care, this much needed affection. We're mentally resting in this experience. Relying on this tactile contact, we absorb the affection, knowing that we deserve this affection. And with this experience of being deserving of affection, we rest in the open presence of tenderness, right here and now. If it helps, we can imagine that this embrace comes from an archetypal ideal parental figure, whether living, historical, or fictional, religious, or secular. Just resting in this giant hug, being embraced by the tactile experiences and by our idea of love and affection, acceptance, and tenderness. In addition to physical affection that demands nothing in return, we need verbal support. Ideal parental support is a combination of acceptance, acknowledgement, and encouragement. Acceptance means that it's simply wonderful that we exist just as we are. Acknowledgement means that we ourselves and others recognize our incredible potential. Encouragement means we are encouraged to progress towards uncovering this potential. And so, in this practice, resting in the experience of a loving embrace, we open ourselves up to words of acceptance, acknowledgement, and encouragement. Without thinking of what could have been, imagine the universe saying these words to you with a gentle voice, right here and now. We're hearing these words and allowing ourselves to accept them. Words like, "You're beautiful," "You are wonderful," "I'm proud of you," "You're doing great," "You have so much potential," "You have infinite potential." Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. I'm always with you. You are always loved. You are never alone. You will make it. You are loved. You're beautiful. Rest with these words and any other words that you feel you need right now. Allow these words to manifest. Allow yourselves to hear them and absorb them. Feel these words entering your mind and replacing your self-judgment with self-compassion, with a compassionate ability to encourage ourselves on the path. Feel that these words of acceptance replace any feeling of being rejected for your queer identity, for who you are, for simply being you. Now, for the third step of this practice, allow these phrases, these words, to give birth to a deep feeling of being loved, of being known, of being seen, and at the same time of being in a constant state of becoming and changing. This wise playfulness, this experience of lightness of being, comes forth from seeing ourselves as a dependent arising, not something static. And so, seeing your own identity, your own being as a dance, rest in the immediate experience of being held by the universe and by your own basic goodness. then mentally look around and see that you are connected to so many people, animals, and other beings. Our conditioning can give us a feeling of being separate, but here we can finally see that any act of kindness and wisdom in us positively affects the whole of interdependence. And so here we can rejoice in this connection, open ourselves up to it. With this, also think of an intention to show greater support to others. We can all express acceptance, acknowledgement, and encouragement for each other. With equanimity and these expressions of love, we can make sure we condition each other to have a greater understanding of interdependence and our personal role in it. And so, if you wish, I invite you to aspire to express these qualities to a greater extent with your body, your speech, and your mind. With this aspiration, we release all thoughts and rest in the clarity and spaciousness of awareness for a short while. And then we dedicate the energy of this practice to the aspirations with which we began. The greatest good and happiness for ourselves and others. With this, we gently conclude the practice and invite the bell.